Hi everybody, and welcome back to another behind the scenes of Dinosaurs in Space. We're on episode 9 here today, and this episode is basically a critique of the whole series as a concept. Nerd! Just like the dinosaur drawing a racing stripe, this web series is artistically unimpressive. It takes a lot of time, and there are certainly better and more noble endeavors. I originally asked 3 friends to voice the 3 speaking roles, but I wasn't sure who should play who. My buddy Justin went ahead and just recorded all the lines, doing character voices, just kind of as one audio file. And I died laughing. It meant I had to tell my other friends I would use them in a subsequent episode.
We don't trade lives.
The racing stripe was originally going to be much bigger and maybe even turn into a flame decal. But getting the crayon to stay in the dinosaur's mouth was more difficult than I originally thought. And I realized that I was going to have to either make a new ship or that the art might become distracting in later episodes. As is, I think the small stripe works better anyway.
He very well might be an artistic genius. Look, but when we're facing extinction...
The episode started as just a monologue against myself, a small window of self-hatred, because what I'm doing is completely worthless. But I figured that would be too depressing as a story, so I gave the episode the happier ending of a dinosaur defending the nonsense that is a racing stripe. Not unlike, I believe it was Robert Wilson defending the science project some 50 years ago, saying it doesn't have any military applications, but it does make the country worth defending. Nerd! I went on one good date since coronavirus at the time of writing episode 10. And in fact, that date is why I wrote episode 10. For the voice inspirations, I told the actress to consider Scarlett Johansson.
Did anyone ever tell you you play a very aggressive game?
Nobody has met my standards. Yet.
And I told the actor to consider Clark Gable.
You're a conceited, black-hearted varmint, Red Butler. I don't know why I let you come and see me.
I'll tell you why, Scarlett. Because I'm the only man over 16 and under 60 who's around to show you a good time.
You and me, we're dating now.
Oh, yeah?
And it's not because you don't have options. You have options. I'm just the option that's going to make you happiest.
The actual banter back and forth is inspired by Geoffrey Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, The Wife of Bath's Tale. Nerd! I originally just had the foreground T-Rex moving from one side to the other, but then I remembered the previous episode's line of crankshafts.
The crankshaft is fully cranked, or whatever.
And thought that he could just be carrying something and doing a little bit more spaceship stuff. Of course, the closest non-dinosaur to me was the thread, and I was going to use that later anyway, so I kind of just got lucky that it actually fit between his arms, and the dinosaur could carry it. However, I knew from the beginning I'd be using 2 dinosaurs that had arms so that they could embrace and be just as romantic as any movie.
It's turkey time.
Huh?
Gobble, gobble.
What?
Later, when the T-Rex goes after the green dinosaur, I thought about the thread and decided to have him wrap himself around it to then jump off and presumably be able to come back to the ship. I actually can't believe that originally the idea was just to have the 2 dinosaurs float off into space together away from the ship in a kind of shared suicide leap. Man, that was pointlessly dark. So this time I remembered to cite the free music that I used, and I honestly really do love it. Originally it was just starting when they embraced and just a few seconds of them floating. I ended up doing a really slow ramp up even as they're talking, and so the music ideally kind of sneaks up on you and it's just kind of been there the whole time before you notice that it has been playing. And then I ended up keeping it going through the credits because I just kind of like the music and I like the idea of just kind of continuing that feeling until the end of the episode. This episode is still one of my personal favorites. So that was some of the making of behind the scenes stories for episode 9 and 10. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the next episode. Bye.